Hi, my name is Olivia, and I lost 37 pounds microdosing with Mounjaro. So, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you know what a GLP-1 is, like Mounjaro, Ozempic, or Wegovy, but you may not know about microdosing. So, this video is basically about my journey on using Mounjaro and how I microdosed to save money, one, and to lose weight, two. So, yeah, let's just get started. I have been on Mounjaro for the last seven months and 10 days, let's say. I started in August of 2025. And yeah, so far I've lost 37 pounds, which has been amazing. But I live in the Czech Republic, and here you have to pay out of pocket for Mounjaro to use Mounjaro as a weight loss drug. Anyways, I'm not sure about diabetes. I'm assuming our insurance covers it, but not for weight loss. So in August, I went to my doctor and talked to her about, wanting to lose weight and what are my options. In the Czech Republic, we can only get Mounjaro. We can't get Ozempic or Wegovy that I know of. My doctor recommended Mounjaro. So that's what I started taking. And she recommended that I start at 2.5 milligrams, which I believe is the recommended dose from the company, the Eli Lilly company. So that's what I did. So actually, the very first month, my first 4 doses on Mounjaro, I did not microdose. I took the recommended dosage. So basically, this is my old Mounjaro pen. You can see right about here, if it will focus, that this is a 2.5 milligram pen. And basically, what that means is that when you want to take your first dose, I'm not going to show you how to take a dose. If you're interested in that, you can write a comment and request it. But basically, when you start off in the little window here, it has a number 0, and you just twist the pen all the way until you see a number 1. And that is 1 full dose. You inject it and you have your full dose, 2.5 milligram dose of Mounjaro. So the first 4 weeks I was on Mounjaro, I took the recommended dose, 2.5 milligrams. However, because I was paying out of pocket, I called the pharmacies in my area. I live in Prague in the Czech Republic. I called all the pharmacies and I did the math. I could tell that it is cheaper to buy a higher dosage pen, 10 milligrams, 12, 15 milligram pen, and then microdose. Microdosing is taking any smaller amount of your dose than, the recommended dosage. So for 2.5 milligrams, they recommend you to twist all the way out till you see the 1. This is a full dose. If you take anything less than that, you are microdosing. So that is what I decided to do for my second month on Mounjaro. Like I said, the first month I took the recommended dose of 2.5 milligrams, although I did think that I had a backup plan. If I had bad side effects, if I took the 2.5 milligram dosage and I had bad side effects, that was not going to work for me. I have to go to work. I cannot miss days. It was not going to work for me to be vomiting or nauseous all the time. So I thought, I'm going to try it. If I have bad side effects, I will microdose right from the beginning. If 2.5 is too strong for me, I'm not wasting this pen. I'm not going to do 1 week and then be like, oh no, I'm very sick. I'm not taking it anymore. I was going to microdose. So instead of going all the way to the number 1, I probably would have cut the dose in half. Instead of taking 2.5, I would have taken half the dose. So how do you do that? A full window, a full dose, going all the way to number 1. If you sat and count all of these little clicks, so you can hear it, if you start at 0, 1, 2, 3, hear those clicks? You can count them. And when you get to number 1, you will have counted 60 clicks, 60. That means if you want to take half of a dose, half of 60 is 30, you would just count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 30, and now you have half a dose. It's that easy to microdose with these pens. I'm not saying you should microdose. When I started microdosing, the second month I was on the drug, I talked to my doctor. I went to her, I told her, I'm paying all out of pocket, which she knew. But financially, I wanted to stay on this drug for at least a year, possibly longer. And for it to be financially viable for me, I needed to do it in the most economical way that I could, which meant buying a pen that was higher than the actual dose that I was taking because it would be cheaper per dose. You can do the math and figure it out for you, for your area. Call your pharmacies, see how much does it cost for a 2.5 pen, for a 10 milligram pen, a 15 milligram pen. In my area, 15 milligram pen is the cheapest per dose. So that's what I wanted. Unfortunately, when I first went to get my second month's supply, my doctor told me she was on board with me microdosing. I explained to her I had done some research, I had figured out, the clicks, how many clicks I would need, and I tried to get a 15 milligram pen. Unfortunately, in my area, there was a shortage, so I couldn't get 15 milligrams, but I could get 10 milligram pens. So I also have my old 10 milligram pen, and they're exactly the same. Maybe I can just show you. I'll take the lid off of this one. They look exactly the same. The only difference is the concentration of the drug in here. So the 10 milligram pen looks exactly the same. It just says here, hopefully it'll focus and you can see, it just says 10 milligrams instead of 2.5, what this one says. But they work exactly the same. You twist the knob. Oh, right. My 10 milligram pen does not want to twist out now that it's empty. So I can't really twist this 10 milligram pen like I can the 2 milligram. I'm not sure why. But basically, you twist the knob. It shows a 1 in the window when you're at a full dose. You inject yourself. That's a 10 milligram dosage. Obviously, I did not want to jump from 2.5 to 10 milligrams. So I microdosed. In the second month, I was still losing weight on 2.5 milligrams, and I did not want to progress as they suggest to get to a certain dosage. I think there's the brand has a recommended dosage for weight loss, which is more than 2.5 milligrams. However, after the first month, I was still losing weight, and I was very happy with the amount of weight I was losing. I lost about 5 pounds, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to lose more than that because I was worried about muscle loss. So I thought if I was losing faster or more weight, it would be a higher percentage of muscle loss. So I was really happy with the amount of weight I was losing. And so I decided to stay on 2.5 milligrams. So I got my 10 milligram pen and I took a 2.5 milligram dosage. So I will show you how I did that. Again, it's super easy. I'm going to pretend that this is my 10 milligram pen because this one actually twists and moves. But basically, this is a 10 milligram pen. If I were to go all the way out to a number 1 here in the window and do a full dosage, I would be getting 10 milligrams. Not what you want. So very simple. 60 clicks equals 1 dosage. If you counted them out, it would be 60 clicks. Just divide. I wanted 2.5 dosage, so I knew 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. I needed to get to that dosage. 60 divided by 2 is 30. 30 divided by 2 is 15. So I just needed to count out 15 clicks, and I would have my 2.5 dosage. So literally, I just sat there the very first day. I was very careful, very slow because I was a little paranoid. And I just very quickly just went 1, 2, 3, each one until I got to 15. And I think this is a different pen. But when I did it the very first time, I even got a black Sharpie marker and I put a little line right next to the notch because there's all these little notches in the window also, but the only numbers are 0 and 1. So once I got to 15 milligrams, I put a little black line with a Sharpie marker to make it easier the next time I took a dose. And also just for peace of mind, like I still counted every time. I was very paranoid. I did not want to make myself sick by taking too much. So I did count every single time, 15 clicks. It was always at that black line that I had drawn there, and it was fine. And so yeah, I continued for another, I think I did a total of about 6 weeks on 2.5 milligrams before my weight loss plateaued. And then I decided to jump up to 5 milligrams. But I was still using a 10 milligram pen. So instead of taking 15 clicks, I just counted out 30. So I would just, again, I put a new notch. I counted each little clicks as I was twisting it out. Once I got to 30, I knew that was my 5 milligram dosage. So microdosing is very simple. However, talk to your doctor about it. My doctor knew 100% of the time that I was microdosing. And so I knew that I was doing it safely. I explained to her how I was going to do it, and we discussed it. So this is not medical advice. I am just showing you or sharing with you my journey, how I am microdosing, how it has led to me losing 37 pounds. And currently, the highest I've gone up is 5 milligrams, which was really important to me. When I started taking this drug, everything I had heard is that you'll never get off it. You'll start taking, or you'll get off it and you'll gain all the weight back. So I was very worried about that. And I was also worried about muscle loss. So I didn't want to lose weight too quickly. I wasn't just going to titrate up because that's what the company or manufacturer suggested. I was only going to go up in dosage when I plateaued and stopped losing weight, which is exactly what I did. I stayed on 2.5 for about 6 or 7 weeks, and then I got to 5 milligrams, and I actually even went back down. I took 5 milligrams, and I had a side effect in that I did not sleep. The day I took 5 milligrams, I did not sleep a single minute that night. It was horrible because I had work the next day. So I was like, ooh, not for me. We're going to go back down. And so then I played around with it. I decided, okay, I'm going to try, instead of doing 30 clicks, because again, I had a 10 milligram pen, I wanted 5 milligrams, or theoretically, I wanted 5 milligrams. So that would be, instead of 60 clicks, only 30 clicks. I ended up doing, I think, 20 clicks. I wasn't even sure how much that was. I knew it was more than 2.5 milligrams, but less than 5 milligrams. So I tried that in order just to sleep. Okay. I cannot handle these side effects. So I 100% understand if you're having bad side effects on these GLP-1s, I can 100% relate if you just want to stop taking them. I am very determined. Obviously, not to the point where I'm going to hospitalize myself, but luckily my only side effect was not sleeping. So I tried microdosing to try and help me to get to a dosage where I was losing weight but not feeling bad side effects. So I did play around with my dosage and slowly made my way back up to 5 milligrams, and that's the highest I've gone. I now only take 5 milligram doses and I have lost 37 pounds. Could I lose more weight? Could I have lost weight faster? Maybe. But I'm really, really happy. I'm really happy with the rate that I'm losing. I'm losing about 5 pounds per month, which I think is amazing. And I feel is a safe weight for my body and also for retaining muscle. I go to the gym regularly and I'm lifting weights and I'm not seeing any reduction in my strength. So that's super important to me. And like I said, I have lost 37 pounds doing this. So it's working for me. Again, 100% consult your doctor. You should be partnering with your doctor to see if this is right for you. Do your own research. This video is really for women or men, for anyone who is either on a GLP-1 or is thinking about starting, but is maybe concerned about the finances. They're expensive. If you have to pay out of pocket or if you're paying a significant copay, these drugs are very expensive, especially if you're thinking about taking it for a year, 2 years, for the rest of your life. So to me, it was very important to, one, start slow and only take the maximum amount that I actually needed to continuously lose weight. So for me, that meant only going as high as 5 milligrams. I know other people have had to go much, much higher. And I mean, that's what they needed to do. That's what they worked with their doctor to find out what worked for them. But I was really trying my best to make sure that I could take the lowest dose possible and still lose weight. Right now, I'm super happy with my current weight. I know I still need to lose weight. I know I am still considered in the overweight category. However, I feel incredibly healthy. My lab results are really, really great. And I feel the best I have in a long time. Also, this is the lowest weight I've ever been as an adult. In my late 20s, I was able to lose weight. I exercised and tracked my calories like a fiend. It was literally the only thing I did. I went to work and I worked out and I took care of my nutrition, and that was it. If I wanted to hang out with friends or see friends, they needed to meet me at the gym or at some sort of, sports activity, some sort of activity that was, physical. It was the only way I hung out with other people. And that's not exactly the life that I want to live now that I am older. I have more to life than just working and working out. So this drug really, really helped me. When I first started taking it in August, my doctor told me I needed to have knee surgery. I had injured my knee at the gym, and yeah, my doctor was full on ready to schedule a knee surgery, which would put me out for at least a week from work, let alone how long it would have taken me out of the gym, out of physical activity. And I just thought, oh my God, my knee, is a problem partially because of my weight. I mean, it's not only because of my weight. I did injure it doing leg presses, so it was an acute injury that occurred. But in getting it fixed, I was looking at months, I mean, definitely weeks, if not months or even longer, of resting my knee and limiting me at the gym, which I felt like was even going to contribute even more to my weight gain. So I really felt like I needed the help from a GLP-1 drug. And I am so, so, so grateful that I was able to work with my doctor and I was financially able to take this drug. But they're still expensive. It is still difficult. And for me, it really made sense to microdose because financially, that was the way that I was going to be able to do it and take it for a long enough time to really see if it works, a long enough time to really get to a more comfortable weight. And now, thankfully, my knee does not bother me half as much. There's no way I'm going to have knee surgery anymore. So yeah, I feel so, so great. And like my body feels so, so great. And I am so grateful for Mounjaro. I am so grateful that I was able to financially afford it. And I'm so grateful that I learned about microdosing to make it even more affordable. So if you like this information, please like it or subscribe to my channel so that other people who are considering taking a GLP-1 can also find it. Other people who are considering microdosing, whether it's for, helping them financially, or if they want to try at a really, really low dose. They get it for free, but they are worried about the side effects. They're worried about, what it can do to them. So they, want to take it really slow. Originally, I had thought if I couldn't handle 2.5, I'm going to microdose and take an even lower dosage. So I think for some people, it can be the right way to go, especially if you have to pay for this drug out of pocket. So again, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about microdosing, write them in the comments. I also took the golden dose. I'm not sure if you've heard of that. If you have any questions about the golden dose or if you want more specifics on how exactly I microdose down to, the exact amount of clicks and what equals what amount of dosage, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer your questions, or I'll make some more videos about my Mounjaro journey and how I'm microdosing in more specifically. If you want videos, I guess, of how I actually do it, like you want to see me do it and inject it, then I guess let me know. But anyways, thanks for joining me. Thank you for watching and good luck if you're trying to lose weight. I wish you all the best. Thanks so much. Bye.